So we are going to be studying for the next week, 3 weeks, fractions with algebra in them, right? That's our job. And eventually we'll get to the point where we graph them. And graphing rational functions is tricky. There's a lot of steps to it. And half of you, literally, if you took Algebra 2, have never seen it ever, ever, ever. And if you had an Algebra 2 trig, you're like, oh, yeah, that's the asymptotes. That's all that stuff. And you're going to be like, oh, like I saw people's heads just tip up like I just PTSD'd you, right? So I need you to dig deep for me, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to have some crazy looking fractions. And what we want to do in the beginning of this chapter is make them not so crazy. So what we're going to start off with today is a thing. So this is our unit. And what we're starting off with today is simplifying. You're going to write this down. Rational expressions. Now, I'm using very specific words today because expressions means there is no equal sign. We are just going to be adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing these babies, right? So we're going to just be doing problems like, 5 plus 3. There's not even an equal sign. You're just going to make that 8, right? We're not solving these. We will get to that. But right now, we are simplifying. And I'm telling you, this is the thing that all the other pre-calc teachers skipped. They didn't reteach it because you're supposed to know it. So this is why you're sticking with me, right? Because I want to make sure you're good. So today and tomorrow, we're going to talk about simplifying rational expressions. We're going to take really ugly fractions and make them not so scary. Because in real life, if I told you, here's a fraction, that's an ugly fraction. You would all be like, ew, I don't like that fraction. Who likes 13 and who likes 26? But if I told you this fraction, you'd be like, that's not scary. They're the same fraction. They're the exact same fraction. So what we're going to be doing today is looking at something that looks like this, that is terrifying, and making it easier. And I'm about to tell you how to do it with a Mrs. Tarantino approach that will make this so easy. So again, get pencils ready. We're going for our big finish here. Here it is. I'm even going to write a beautiful pen to do it. I'm so excited about this. So it is the Mrs. Tarantino way to simplify rational expressions is called FCS. And here's what it stands for. And all day, this today and on Monday and on Tuesday, I'm going to be like, did you do this thing? And we're going to say it a lot. And here's what it stands for. It stands for factor, cancel, squish. Right? And I know, it just went off. Factor, cancel, squish. That's about C. That's a C-E-L. There, cancel. There we go. So let me tell you what I mean by each of these. The first thing I mean by factoring is we are going to break it up into little pieces. It's littlest pieces. That's what factoring does, right? It's going to break things up into little tiny pieces. Did I spell pieces right? Is it E-I? Yeah. Is it I-E? Yeah. Little tiny, watch what I'm going to do here. Parts. Look at that. I just changed the word. There we go. We're going to break it up into little tiny parts. And some of the ways we do that is that one of the ways we're going to do it is we're going to rewrite it. And I'm going to show you this. We might X factor. We might vacuum factor. All of these are the things that we might use. Right? Nice and easy. That's going to be our first thing. Before we do anything, we're going to be tempted. Oh, I'll just start canceling. No, no, no. We're going to break it up. The second thing we're going to do is we are going to cancel. And canceling is my favorite thing. I picked these problems very specifically because there's nothing I hate worse on this chapter than not canceling. Like canceling to me is like, like when people say a word wrong and it bugs you and you're like, when people say frustrated, it's like, I want to be like frustrated. It's got, like, it bugs me, right? Same thing without being, if I can't cancel anything, I do a whole problem, like it bugs me. So what I mean by cancel, I'm going to give you 2 hints. And the first hint is this, is that anything on the top can cancel anything on the bottom. And here's what, even if they're far away from each other, like diagonal, anything on the top can cancel anything on the bottom. The second thing I need to know about canceling is another Mrs. Tarantino-isms. Single guys cancel with single guys. And this is what's most important today. Married people cancel with married. And you're thinking, I don't even know what that means. And I'll tell you in a second. The last thing, what the hell does squish mean? Squish means, write it nicely. Married cancels with married. Write it nice. And we'll talk about that. Those are our rules. Factor, cancel, squish. And we're going to do them, and you're going to get the hang of this. And you're like, oh my God, let's see that work, right? Because I've split it up in a really nice way. So I'm going to give you a hot minute to make sure it's all written down. I'm looking around to see if anyone's still writing on their little paper, because I'm going to erase all that. Is that okay? Everybody good? While someone is still writing, if you can see it down here, write that problem down. So here's my Mrs. Tarantino-ism. First thing I'm going to talk to you is about what the hell do I mean by married people and single people. So you're at a party, right? And single people, they just stand around randomly talking to each other. But married people, in this example, have to be holding hands. And in math, the thing that makes you hold hands is pluses and minus signs. You would think that time signs are strong, but it's not. In Numberlandia, people will multiply with anyone, right? It's not a very strong connection. But adding and subtracting is a freakishly strong connection. So we're going to simplify this terrifying fraction. Now, I'm going to start by telling you this. These guys are what I would call single people. That's a single guy. That's a single guy. That's a single guy. That's a single guy. There are no pluses and minuses attaching them. These guys would be married people. Okay, is that like kind of a throuple thing? I don't know, but sure, there are 3 people in this marriage. Yay for them. We don't judge. And these are married people. And right now, it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of canceling we can do because we don't start there. What I want you to do is to break this guy into its littlest pieces. So here we go. Step number 1, factor. Now, I am going to show you a baby step. And some of you in here are sophisticated enough to say, Miss T, I don't need your baby step. But some of you are going to say, taking those 2 extra minutes makes my life really good. So I'm not going to write A to the 5th. I am actually going to write 5 little A's. Will I have to do this every time? No, because many of you will get the hang of the fact that we don't need to do that. I am then going to write 2 little baby B's. Yay for me. And then with your neighbors right now, you're going to get to that next guy, and you are going to X factor him. Please do that now. X factor this guy right here. Yeah, you can't do Kelly today. You can't do Kelly today. Maybe tomorrow. Yeah. Single, right. And I just wrote them out. Right? I just wrote them out. But there's an easier way to do them, but I'm going to show you the long way. Okay, here we go. We're going to get A plus 2, A plus, or X, sorry, A plus 5. Are we good? Everyone okay? we're going to do the exact same thing on the bottom. I, just for this example, am going to write my A's out. I just separate it all out. Do you have to do this? No, because some of you are going to remember the rules of exponents. But if you don't, if you're in the middle of a problem and you're getting stuck, write them out. It totally works. Can I factor anything out of him? No. I have now factored him. I've broken him into his little pieces. Now comes my favorite part. Get your little eraser or your little crossing pencil out. Let's start canceling. So here we go. Big start. This A goes with this A. Do you need him to move?
No, it's fine.
Thank you. This A goes with this A. How are we looking? I got no more A's down here. I can't cancel them over here. That's a married couple, right? These are single guys, but I got some B's that will cancel. This B goes with this B. This B goes with this B. Some of you are sophisticated enough to say, Miss T, can I just do it by subtracting? I got 5 up here. I got 2 down here. That leaves me with 3. Can you do that? That's awesome. But if you want, if you ever get confused, write it out. It literally takes 10 seconds, and it's so nice and obvious. I'm not done yet. I've got a married couple that's going to cancel. What is my married couple? A plus 5. Boom. That guy goes. We have factored. We have canceled. What do I mean by squish? Write it nicely, because we are sophisticated enough to call this a to the third, a plus 2 over b squared. And that is a lot less terrifying than that. That's what we're doing today. Easy work, right? Okay. Everyone, big deep breath, ready to roll on? Okay, let's try another one all on your own. Let me see which one I want. I don't want that one yet. I want this one. There you go. Take a look. Again, so tempting to start canceling b squared and stuff. Oh no, no. We got a bunch of married people in there. Here's a hint. On the top, get your little vacuum cleaner out. Get that monomial out. Take out maybe a 6b squared. Vacuum them out and see what you got. So you're going to have some x factoring, some vacuum factoring. So factor first, cancel second. Are you hanging or do you need me? Okay. Talk to me. Yeah. Either one. Thank you for asking. What do we think? You got it factored out? It looks like a diamond factoring on the top, or X factoring, and a vacuum factoring on the top, on the other spot. Taking out a 6 and a squared, b squared, so I'm left with 1b minus 4. On the bottom, I'm going to have b plus 5. B minus 4. I handpicked your problems. There's going to be something that cancels on every problem tonight, or you ain't doing it, because it really genuinely upsets me. The more you, like, I love when a bunch of stuff cancels. Like, I'm like, yay, but that doesn't always happen. So look, I got a couple here and a couple here. That's a single guy. That's a married guy. You cannot cancel the B's. So many people want to do that today. They were like, oh, I'll cancel those. Nuh-uh. That's a married couple. It's a strong bond. So unless you've got a b plus 5, you are done. Can't factor, cancel, squish it together. There I go. That's it. Right? Again, you want to do that, you will be wrong. Okay. I want you to try this one all on your own. Ooh, she's going to be a real one. Okay, here we go. Here's what I'm going to give you a little hint. On the top, you're going to vacuum and diamond factor. You're doing both on the top. Again, don't start canceling. Factor first.
Excuse me.
Who's absent today?
Excuse me. Leah.
Yeah, I'm Leah. I know, it's wrong.
It's the.
Oh, Kevin.
No, Kevin's right here.
Oh,
Right.
It's fine.
She got like 100 on her. The only one who got 100. Not this one.
no, because you've all moved on. We are missing. Ella. Oh, Ella moved. I got. When I say it, we'll both be like, oh, of course that's it. Are we ready? Here we go. Let's take a look at this bad boy. 2 comes out. Are you ready? The 2 comes out. I'm left with r squared minus 1r minus 20. I can x factor that. So the 2 is still out there. I'm left with r minus 5, r plus 4. Did I lose anyone on the top? On the bottom, I'm going to take out an 8. 8 is coming out, r plus 4. That's going to be a good reminder. I had someone to say, I took out the 4 and it didn't work. You're right. Something's going to cancel. That's why I'm giving this to you. So watch what's careful here. Married guys with married guys. This guy goes. This guy goes. Single guys with single guys. 2 and the 8 are single people. It's like a fraction. 2 goes into 2 1 time. 2 goes into 8 4 times. So the final squished answer, r minus 5 over 4. Desiree, of course it is. Damn it. Sorry, Desiree, if you're listening. We know who you are. Okay. Look, we are, I know I should edit that. We love you, Desiree. We miss you. She's nice though. She's too nice. Here we go. We're going to multiply now. Does that change anything? No. Factor, cancel, squish. Just remember, you can cancel anything on the top with anything on the bottom. Don't do this problem. Sorry. That was too hard for you. Yes. Do this. Start there. That was my bad. You're going to do it in a minute, so just turn your paper over and do this one and then come back to it. You're all there. Oh, Andreas. That's right. Okay, how are we looking? Factor first. A little factor action happening there. Got a little x factor. Ooh, do you remember that guy? X plus 3x minus 3, little difference of squares. Look at me throwing that in. I write it twice. That's how I do it. But if you want to do it doing actual or properties of exponents, yes, for you. That's what I have to say. Here I go. Ooh, x plus 3x minus 3. And on the bottom, I'm going to make it 26. I'm going to put 4 little x's, 2, 3, 4, 2 little y's. Okay, start wherever you want. I start with my single guys because it makes me happy. 13 goes into 13 1 time. 13 goes into 26 2 times. That was a trick one. Gonna cancel some x's. 1 little x here, 1 little x over there. Does it matter that it's far away? No, it's just gonna be top to bottom. That's all that matters. 2 little y's go here, 2 baby y's go there. X minus 3 over here, x minus 3 over there. We are almost done. This is what I mean by squish. we want to write it in a sophisticated way. We put our single guys first and our married guys second. So if I'm going to write this nicely, it's going to be x plus 3 on the top, on the bottom, 2x to the third, x plus 6. It is tempting. So many of my students want to cancel an x. You cannot. That's a married couple. Okay? We got one last one, and I'm shutting up for the day. Yeah, that's the answer. She's a beautiful answer. Last one, best one, my lambs. Here we go. This one is not you, never you. This one is a little bit tricky, and I'm going to tell you why. There is something you learned in Algebra 1, and it's been a hot minute. We like it to go letter number, right? We like x plus 5. We like x minus 7. We don't love 7 minus x. We don't love 5 plus x. Like, we don't like it. So there's a trick we can use if they're in the wrong order. Does anyone remember what that trick is? You flip their order, but there's a thing that lets you do that. It warns the world that you have flipped it. You have to add a -1. You have to add a -1. Here's why. That will make this negative and this positive, which lets you flip it. So here's what I'm tell you guys. Tell the world, hey, I'm flipping their order. Just tell the world by putting that out there, and then you can flip it and do it like normal, right? So, and people are thinking, why did I have to do that? Because if you didn't, it was going to mess this guy up, because he's written in the right order, and we want to cancel our husbands and wives, right? You now go ahead and multiply it out. X plus 5, x minus 5. But if it was done the other way, it would have been 5 plus x 5 minus 5. Right. And the -1 just warns the world, right? So go ahead and try this. Do this properly. Because you want to go x plus 5, x minus 5. Right? Different squares. I see you. I'm just yeah.
I see you. I smell you. No, I do not.
Oh,
16.
That nearest.
Wait, why do you know the
Because it's squish. You put it all together and you write it. That's the last step. Squishing it all together. Because we're more sophisticated. You know what I mean? We just don't want to be random.
Well, we know you can simplify one more.
Here we go, lambs. Let's see how we did. Last problem, best problem. First thing I'm going to tell the world, hey, I don't like that x in the back. I'm going to move it in the front. So I got this. Now I have x squared minus 25, and I think to myself, wait, that's difference of squares. I know that. So I'm going to rewrite this guy as x plus 5, x minus 5. He is done. I'm going to go to the bottom, and I am going to go ahead and go 14. Now, if you're pretty good at doing the subtracting of exponents, that's awesome. But if you want to take the extra 10 seconds and go like this, that works too. Here they go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did you really count? 10 seconds and 10 seconds. But you do you, right? Times 7 x, y, and take out the 8, x plus 5. Take a look. Does your factor match my factor? Because the next part is the best part, but you got to start from the same place as always. Everybody good? Here I go. Time to start canceling. These two little X's go. Those two little X's go. How sad is this? One Y and like one little Y. That's just sad. X plus 5 goes. X plus 5 goes. 7 goes. 14 becomes 2. And this is what I mean by squish it together. We are now going to put all of our single guys together. And we're not going to go, like, if you're writing stuff out, you don't go X 12 Y squared X. Like, you don't. You combine it nicely. You're going to put the constants, the big numbers first. That will be 16. You're going to put your X next, and you're going to put all your little Y's. There are 7 of them. And on the top, you have a number of choices. You can go -1, X minus 5, and you are awesome. I am fine with that. You could also go -X plus 5. What did I do there? I distributed. Do you have to? But you could. You could even do this. Look at this. 5 minus X. I just flipped them back so I could get rid of the -1. Are all of them correct? Yes. Am I fine just leaving it? I am. Right? That is what we're doing. Your homework is on your desk. I'm going to give you 2 problems to put on because you always like it. But remember, the deal with this, you're going to dig a little deep for me because I need you to be solid on this stuff. You may cut off number 9, and you may cut off number, let's cut off, you know what? I don't love number 13, 9 and 13. There are not 13 problems. There's even more cut off. There's holes. So 8 total. There are 8 total. Goodbye, people who are gone. We really do love you. Bye.